Okay, so this is going to be something a little bit different from what we've been doing. Um, I personally, I watch a lot of people's leveling videos on YouTube, and in fact, it was one of the first types of videos I watched when I started watching YouTube, along with people's gold making videos, naturally. Um, so, what I want to do is to level my toon here to 20. Not because a level 20 toon is needed for farming, but because I want to have access to a mount. It'll enable us getting around to different locations a little bit quicker than what we're able to now. The arrow you see in the screen there, that's the Doogie Guide arrow. I do use a leveling guide. Doogie's is one of the ones I have and use. I also have Zygors, and I have the booster guide. I still have Quest Helper loaded, which was the first leveling aid that I had. I have a really poor sense of direction, so you will find that I use a bunch of mods to help me find things. Normally I would have Carbonite active as well, and it would be in the left-hand side of the screen. However, there was an update to Carbonite, and when I updated, it stopped working, so I'm thinking there's a glitch with it. And I don't still have the older version of Carbonite. So hopefully there'll be another update to Carbonite in the next few days and I can have it back because I really do miss it. So here I am getting the flight path in Westfall. It's the first of the flight paths that you come across. So I'm doing a quest here where I have to gather mud and wolf tails. The good thing about quests like this, as you'll see, I'm going to be skinning these mobs as well as looting them. Light leather is selling really well, so I'm also going to kill some of these boars even though they're not needed for the quest. You're also going to see that I'm going to kill the, what are they called? Flesh strippers, I think, maybe? They're the birds that are flying around here. They drop eggs, which are, I think they're going right now for about 1 gold a piece on this server. This also gave me the chance to use a different recording program. The other videos that I've done so far, I've been recording using a program called Camtasia. One of the things about Camtasia, though, is that it has a pretty erratic frame rate, so all the movements look kind of jerky. Now, I haven't seen the finished product of this video yet, so I'm hoping that it has a better video result. Now, the reason that I don't normally use fraps, which is what I'm using here, is because there's a problem with the audio sync. So the audio you're hearing now is actually a voiceover. It wasn't done while I was doing this. With Camtasia, the voice and the video were done at the same time. With fraps, the longer the video is, there is a sync issue. So you're doing one thing while you're still talking about something else. So you'll see here that the I think their flesh strippers drop eggs. They also drop some kind of claw. It's not useful for anything other than vendor trash. I think at the end of the video here we had reached level either 13 or 14, I don't actually remember. Anyway, to get around the audio sync issue with Fraps, I'm doing a voiceover narration in Windows Live Movie Maker. Kind of complicated. I actually had to go online to figure out how it was done because I couldn't see anything in the actual settings for Movie Maker that allowed for anything other than adding a recording like music. Oh, level 14. I'm thinking maybe I hit higher than 14. Well, maybe it was level 16. I don't remember. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, so it's actually complicated in that you have to record the audio separately. So I'm using the sound recorder from Windows 7 to record audio, and I'm watching the video playback while I'm doing it, so that hopefully the audio and the video will sort of be in sync. If it's not, my apologies, but it is the first time I've tried this. Westfall has a couple awesome areas for farming. Later today, hopefully I'll do another recording showing you where. One of the things that we're going to be farming, though, are these birds for the eggs. Coming up to Wintervale in December, eggs can be an incredibly awesome way of making gold. Last year, on the first day of Wintervale, I made about 7,000 gold selling eggs and gingerbread cookies, as well as leather. What type of leather was it? Is it light leather? Off the top of my head, I can't remember. But the leather is used for making winter boots, which leather workers are actively making during Wintervale, and they need a supply of leather. If I'm still doing videos come this winter, I suppose I will do a video about it. The other thing that sells well at Wintervale, and actually was part of that 7,000 gold, is deep rock salt. Actually, now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, I also sold a great deal of ice-cold milk, which you buy from a vendor for, I think it's a few copper, and they're used for one of the Wintervale achievements as well, and people will go to the auction house and just buy it rather than running to a vendor. And I mean, I've done things like that myself. On one of the last days of Wintervale, I realized that I didn't have the achievement done myself on one of my tunes. I was logged in on him, and I went to the auction house and bought eggs, even though I still had eggs left over, because I didn't want to have to log out of the tune I was on, log into the tune who had eggs, mail them over, and then log back out. So it's not always like that people don't know that you can go to a vendor and buy something. Sometimes it's just a lot easier. I think I paid like 6 gold for the 5 eggs I needed for the quest, even though I knew that I had them on another tune. It was just quicker not to bother. So here we are in Jangalode Mine, and this is actually going to be one of the places that we come to farm later today. These kobolds drop light leather. I think maybe we actually got a green from them at one point during this video too. The changes that Cataclysm brought, not just to the world, but to the game, some of them are really cool. The storyline here in Westfall is so much more in-depth than it used to be.
Inventory is full.
And here, my bags are now full. Fortunately, one of the farms has a vendor, so after we finish here, we have to head to one of those farms. You're going to see, though, that I had to destroy a couple things, so I just chose things in my bags that weren't worth a whole lot and destroyed them. This video was originally about 51 minutes long, so I've sped it up so that it's only 28 minutes. And one of the other things I discovered on YouTube this morning was how to upload a video of longer than 15 minutes. And it actually worked because I uploaded one this morning that was, I think, 21 minutes long. So we're almost to the back of the mine, and once we get there, there's kind of a short video sequence. So I guess this is a spoiler alert if you haven't seen the video sequence and don't want to see it before you get to go here. Once we get to the back of the mine and mine this copper here, we're going to activate the Shoeless Joe's box. Oh, I guess it's Shoeless Lou. Huh? And this is the video sequence here. I have to say that on the preview window that I'm watching, the video itself does not look all that great. I really hope that the finished product looks better than this. I don't know if the video is affected by speeding it up. I wouldn't expect it to be. You're just watching it quicker. But I don't have a whole lot of experience with video recording programs, so hopefully it looks better than it does here. And we're on our way out of the mine and back over to the farm. You'll see that I'm taking time to kill mobs that I don't really need to. And it is just so that we can loot them. We're getting XP from them anyway.
I can't carry anymore. I need to target something first.
I think when we hit 20, we also I haven't played a hunter in a while, but I think it's at level 20 that we can have a second pet. Guess I'll have to wait until I reach there to find out. But if it is, we're going to get a second pet. We're going to get a bear. So it's kind of a tanking pet for multiple mobs. The wolf is a very good ferocity pet, and it's good for single mobs. But some of the farming that we want to do with kind of higher level mobs here in Westfall, having a pet that holds aggro and can take a few hits a little better will be helpful. So I'm kind of hoping that it is 20. On my main server I have a hunter. He's level 40, 42 or 43 I think, so he's not an incredibly high level, and he's not a toon I play the most. My main is a warlock, and I guess one of the things that I like about hunters is that the gameplay is so much like warlocks, only with better armor. As a matter of trivia, did you know that when warlocks first came into the game, they were actually leather wearers? And then they got nerfed. My second highest toon is my Death Knight. He's 82. And I've tried a couple of the different specs. Right now my main spec is Blood, but I've tried Frost. My favorite spec, however, is Unholy. Well, I mean, go figure, it's like being a lock with armor. So, and I realized when I was here that, hey, I still don't have bag space, so I couldn't turn that quest in, and I have to get rid of something. I'm thinking maybe I picked too high a playback speed. If I do another one of these, I think I'm going to choose something lower. I think I have this playing at like 16 times normal speed or something like that. Now, I don't know how it's going to turn out in the finished product. And I'm not even sure that you're going to be able to hear the in-game sounds. I can actually hear the in-game sounds while I'm doing this narration, and they're not in sync with the video. One of the advantages of doing the farming the other day was that we are actually a couple levels higher than we would normally be. So I hit 14 a little while ago. I think normally you'd probably be around 12 by the time you hit here.
Honor, friend. For the Alliance.
Yeah, I don't know if you're going to be able to hear the actual in-game audio
Well
during the video. If you can, The audio is so far off of what we're doing right now. We just killed those mobs, and while I was killing them, I was actually hearing the sound of turning in this quest. Turning in the quest, I can hear myself killing mobs. And it's getting worse and worse as the video goes on. And I had known that. I've tried a couple of different recording programs. Fraps was one of the first ones I tried. Camtasia and GameCam I've tried as well. I watched a YouTube video where someone fixed the audio sync, but they did it with a like a $700 video editing program. So it's not something that I was going to be doing. You'll see me destroy one tooth there to take another tooth. It wasn't because one tooth was better than the other, it's just I wanted to be able to skin the corpse. The farm that we're headed to is the one that has the vendor. So once we reach there, we'll vendor some of this trash. I can't believe how far off the sound is from what's actually happening.
That would be stealing.
One of the things I've been trying to work on is getting used to targeting a mob, starting to kill it, letting my pet finish it off while I move on to the next mob, just to make the farming go quicker.
For the Alliance. What can I do for you?
When I first started, I actually used to go out of my way to avoid mobs between quests. Obviously, I've learned since then that by doing that, I'm passing up chances at gold, even though I just passed by that boar without killing it, and I really should have killed it. I think at that point I was thinking about the fact that I had no bag space for anything. So here we are getting rid of the vendor trash.
Go with honor, friend. King's honor, friend. Light bless you. Well met.
New pair of boots.
For the Alliance.
A small upgrade. That's one of the other things that you'll notice. If I get a bind on equip item, rather than vendoring it or putting it on the auction house, I'm actually keeping it to improve my character. In the long run, any advantage that I can give my character is going to make him able to kill mobs faster and therefore make more gold in the long run. One more quest in here. And this is the quest that will lead us to Sentinel Hill. Or I guess one of the quests. I think we have a couple quests that end in Sentinel Hill. And now I'm just kind of standing here, and I honestly don't remember what it was I was doing. My wolf looks a little bit bored. We're near the end of the video, and I think maybe I decided to log out here. Yeah, that's what I was doing. So that's the end of the video. I don't know if I'll do many more of these. I like watching them. There are a couple people on YouTube that I watch their leveling videos. I'll start probably adding them as subscriptions in YouTube so you can see which ones I'm watching. Anyway, if you took the time to watch this, I hope you enjoyed it. And that is pretty much going to be it.